is the finals of the very first ever ScreenPlay tournament, and I am facing a player called Toaster404, and we coordinated this all through the Discord, so let's jump right into the games. All right, we made it. Here is the first match. I expect this is going to be a best of 5, and because it is 5 games in a row, and to the final round of the whole tournament, I'm not going to explain the background detail. Please go ahead and watch my other videos for mechanics and stuff. I'm only going to be talking through my thought process. So once again, we see that I think the semifinals happened, that Chemtrail Pilot can't be played when there's no target for him. So my options are Butcher or Carnivore. Now, Carnivore is a 5/4. He's got a Spade with 3 health and a Chicken with 4 health and a Maximus with 5 health. So I'm going to throw in a Carnivore. Carnivore needs another lead to die or else it dies. So I will sacrifice my Lizard in this case. I don't think my opponent's necessarily going to expect this. And the problem with him playing the Chicken is that he can attack my Dinosaur and it would do 2 damage twice. So I want to kill the Chicken, but my opponent has the Spotlight. So I drew a Sacrificial Goat for only 1 frame. I only have 5 frames to play, and all my leads are frozen. So I can't play a lead regardless. And I'm pretty sure my opponent will attack in here. So I'm going to dodge, attack, and then toss in the goat. Let's see how this goes. They play a Vaccine, which freezes my character, so my attack won't work anyway. And then they attack with the Chicken. I'm curious if the dodge is successful. Ooh, so double countered here. The dodge was not successful because the attack's active frame was after my dodge. And then the attack's active frame interrupted my attack. So my opponent got 1 extra damage. Didn't end up mattering. 2 attacks killed my Carnivore. So 2 stars on the Chicken, and the Carnivore's dead. 3rd star from the performance. I'm definitely already behind, and unfortunately I drew a trope. So I'm gonna struggle to summon a competitive board. I feel like the Chicken would attack into the goat. Just in case, I'm gonna send the goat into the reporter. So mind me what Snippy Reporter does. So I've discarded a card. I didn't pay attention enough to see what the card itself was. But when it dies, I'll come back. That Pingoon takes out my Sacrificial Goat. So like I thought, the goat is out of commission. I mean, I did benefit 1 star off it from the Lizard. However, I earned myself a 6/6 Baby Cthulhu from the death effect of the Baby Sacrificial Goat. So, good for me. I won the 25% roll there. However, I'm just... so they took a Meathead Butcher with their 2nd Snippy Reporter. I'm just not sure how my 1/6 Lizard here keeps up with the Cybocock of my opponent. So the question is, do I need my Meathead Butcher back? And does the Waken roll have a benefit on the Baby Cthulhu? So I could attack with Lizard and then spend 3 on the Fog Machine. Both my Lizard and the Cthulhu are horror characters. But I feel like the Chicken is probably going to attack, because that gives them 2 stars, Performing just gives them 1, and then do they attack the Cthulhu or the Lizard? I'm going to say they attack the Cthulhu, and then Tag In can't pull a crew or Yeah, they're called crew cards. Cannot pull a crew card out from my hand. So now it just is a question of, am I playing the fog machine or am I attacking with the lizard? I think I'll attack this. Try to get my meathead butcher back. So it really depends which character this chicken attacks. They're going to play the Centurion. What's this guy called? Heavyweight Gladiator, not Centurion. So my attack finishes right on the Snoopy Reporter before this chicken attacks me in the active frame here. And then let's see who the chicken attacks. He attacks my lizard, so I missed the call there on who it was going to attack. At least my Cthulhu's Unfrozen lizard is probably going to die. So let's see if any of them have a speedy attack. No. None of them have a speedy attack. The Cybocock only needs 1 star to finish its arc. So I'm going to guess that they... Let's see. How long does the Heavyweight Gladiator freeze for? Just a normal 2. I'm worried about this attacking and taking out my carnivore, so I kind of want to play the carnivore because the lizard's about to die anyway, and if I play the carnivore first, they probably won't take out the lizard. The risk is if my lizard is taken out before I play the carnivore, and the carnivore will sacrifice itself. So instead of that, let's do this, and then I need... I don't know if playing the tag in there was worth using the card and the resource, but I need some way to stop my opponent from taking the lead and keeping the lead. So I'm hoping that by kicking the chicken off the board... oh man, so Maximus being able to land that. So Maximus's narrative here is killing the enemy lead gives him 4 stars. I probably should have seen the Maximus coming. Oh, select a different character. So do I put in a Meathead Butcher or do I put in a... Conniving Carnivore? Conniving Carnivore would destroy my chicken lead. I feel like whoever's on the left is going to die to the Gladiator anyway. So I might as well get the 2 free narrative while I'm at it. That is the benefit of having these cards that let you select in the middle of the scene, is that you can adapt your game plan, because I was going to put in the Butcher. Now the Butcher would survive a Gladiator hit. The Gladiator attacks with just 2 frames, active frame in the second, so I'm pretty sure the Gladiator is going to try to kill my character here. So I dodge, and then... question is if I attack or if I play a Cthulhu. I don't think I want to play a Cthulhu. I think just the freeze is too slow. It doesn't... Oh, okay. So paying 3 for it would be just I'd have a 6/6 on the board for 3 turns doing nothing. Paying 1 for it with the tag in, I will bring back my carnivore and then put out the Cthulhu. So let's do this and hope that I get to kill the Maximus. So I called this Gladiator attack perfectly, if they would do it first. And now I should get to kill their Maximus. However, the Snoopy Reporter is going to discard a card of my opponent's choice. And they can see ahead that I played the tag in. You can see in the reel here. So they might... Oh no, they forced me to give up my trope. So, I mean, 2 of his leads are more than halfway done. And only 1 of mine is even close. it's going to be really tough for me to win the game from here because I don't have any swift attacks. Oh, I think this is really good. Okay, so we are going to force all of his characters to take splinter damage, and then somebody needs to get in there. Somebody who doesn't die to Maximus, I suppose. So Maximus is 3. The question is, am I going to get 7 stars from attacking, or 5 because I do have 2 free narrative, or am I going to get 8 total from performing? The only thing that interrupts performing is attacking. And he's going to be playing Maximus and Chicken, which means because of those 2 existing and Richard Spade being a tropes-based lead, we can look at Richard Spade's character who play a trope, gain a narrative. I think that my opponent has a lot of trope-based attacks, meaning that if I played Jaw Z and tried to perform with him, my opponent would attack the Jaw Z a lot. So I'm going to play the Chicken. Right. So Noir Thinking gives them a free narrative. Just that's part of the trope. So their Chicken is complete. I guess they're going to try to run in the Maximus on a turn they can guarantee to kill one of my leads, because that's how Maximus finishes the narrative. And if I did something sneaky like kept leads off the board, I think that my opponent would just perform until they built up for free narrative and then played the Maximus. And so I could stop performances by attacking. That's good. And actually, if they perform and I attack the performer, I get the stars. So there we go. That's what I should do. They're going to try to kill the they have the spotlight. They're going to try to kill the Chicken with something, not expecting my call here. So what my plan here is to keep my leads off the board, generate a bunch of free narrative on my own, and then hop in the leads. So that means dodge with the Chicken to avoid the attack, then play the Carnivore to kick the Chicken off the board, and then play, I don't care about everybody, jump, and then I have to protect my Vaxnut Doctor, I suppose. I could have attacked the Vaxnut Doctor, but all his characters have splinters, so they're going to take return damage anyway. Man, okay, so my Vaxnut Doctor got deal gone wronged, which means it's dead. And so that does kind of hurt my plan of hurt my plan to force them to take return damage. I was hoping that the splinter damage would start to take his characters off the board. Now Maximus is specifically if the enemy lead is killed. I believe that the Carnivore, we see here that the Carnivore sacrificing my lead didn't, Carnivore destroys my own lead. It did not trigger Maximus's effect. So here's what I talked about last scene. Maximus wins just immediately because he gets 4 stars if he kills my lead. So I need to keep my leads off the board. If I dodge and my opponents perform, then that's the rock, paper, scissors effect. So I don't really want to make everybody dodge, because what my opponent should do is perform a round of it. I don't even want to kill the Maximus right now. It's a little counterintuitive, I think, but I don't want to kill Maximus right now, even though I could with the Cthulhu, because then he would be able to summon Maximus at a later point. I want to force Maximus onto the bench and make him get frozen. So I have the spotlight. So unless they have a trope, I'm going to just send both into the Gladiator because it's the biggest threat, and then dodge with the Cthulhu later. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to form with the Cthulhu. And let's see. I don't actually know if I can attack and perform in a scene, and if that works. So here's what I said. My opponent is performing with 2 characters to try to generate enough narrative. They dodge with their Maximus, thinking I was going to attack the Maximus. But, I don't need to get the Maximus off the board. They can still generate free narrative and then summon Maximus later. So they are only 1 star away from winning. They could play any trope that gives them a star, like Noir Thinking, and then it's just over. They could perform at any point, generate a star, and then it's over. So now I must kill Maximus to prevent him from taking the star. And if I'm killing Maximus, I need to I need to get a lizard out. I don't think there's anything I can do to come back from this. So they are going to deal Gone Wrong their own character to generate that first star, that 1 star in the first frame of the scene. So, like I said, even if I got the lizard out, I don't think there was any way I could generate enough narrative to turn that game around. So I think we're going to queue up right away and get into match 2. So I got Toaster again. That is good news. So we know that they are completely an attack-based deck with tropes that give them attacks. The Maximus, you need to keep in mind. It is crucial to keep in mind the Maximus entering and swift attacking. I have 2 carnivores, so playing out the 2 carnivores is going to give me a bit of trouble. So let's just take that for what it is and give up the Draw Z. I'm running Draw Z mostly because I want adventure cards, and Draw Z is an adventure lead, but I'm very aware that performing, especially against an attack-based deck, is risky. So they are going to Snoopy Reporter away my Rat Battle Host. Now that is a surprise. I was just saying that I don't really want to perform. It's too risky. So them taking away my Rat Battle Host is not a big deal to me. I'll get it back if and when the Snoopy Reporter dies, but we did see last game that 2 of the Snoopy Reporters stayed alive the whole time. I earned the spotlight here, so by just random chance, my opponent had the spotlight in the first turn, so what I'm going to do is attack the chicken. My opponent may know that I'm attacking the chicken, which means they could play something like reflexes, fast reflexes, and swift attack the carnivore. So what if I dodge with the carnivore and then attack later? Let's see how that goes. They are going to actually vaccine the carnivore so that it's frozen, and I believe it loses its attack. I don't know if it can then dodge. Well, it doesn't matter. The dodge takes place in the first 2 frames, and the chicken is attacking the carnivore in the last 2 frames. So, missiles, the only thing I can say positively for myself about missiles is that now the chicken only lands 1 attack and only generates 1 narrative star. But yeah, I wasted a lot of frames and effort on nothing at this point. I have no board. My opponent has 1 star. We both have 4 cards in hand. But, well, I will get 1 back from the Snoopy Reporter. It's a Rat Battle Host. It's just that I have to kill the Reporter, and I don't have any swift attacks. Or sudden attacks in this deck. So I'm thinking who is eligible to kill the Reporter faster, and I think it's the Lizard, because he'll survive an attack by the Chicken. The problem is I can't play Lizard and Carnivore, so I can play Chicken and Butcher. So I guess let's do that. Gets me a bit more of a board, and then I'll play the Carnivore later to take out the Chicken lead. Ideally when it's done. I mean, if I could finish this Chicken lead's arc first, that would be great. But now I'm facing down a Heavyweight Gladiator, who is probably going to attack the flank, which is the Chicken. So if I had remembered about the Gladiator, I could have maybe put the Butcher over on the left flank. Do I really think that the Gladiator is going to attack the Chicken, or is my opponent's lead Chicken going to try to attack? So, I mean, here's where the mind games come in. What does my opponent want to do? I think my opponent wants to save the because the Gladiator will freeze for 2. I think they want to save the Gladiator for something else. And I have the Spotlight. So let's do this, and then this. And I don't think I want to tag anybody in right now. So I get to attack the Chicken, but then they play the Maximus. And then it looks like they're going to play a Deal Gone Wrong. So they're trying to deal 3 to my lead with Maximus, and then 2 with the Deal Gone Wrong, kill my lead, and get 4 stars on the Maximus. Pretty wise on them, because now their Maximus is going to be halfway done.
I'm back.
If I had, maybe if I had dodged the way that I thought the Gladiator was going to attack me, I could have prevented the Maximus 3. So here's that trope, Deal Gone Wrong. So we know my opponent's going to be playing tropes that give them benefits. They have damage tropes and probably attack bonus tropes. My Butcher doesn't take any extra turns to freeze. That's part of his attack ability that you can preview right here. Only 1 cooldown. Default attack is the same frames, but 2 cooldown. So I could try to trade with the Maximus, but the Maximus has 5 health. So I would say the Centurion probably, or the Heavyweight Gladiator probably takes this trade. It's not a trade. There's no return damage. So, unless you have Splinter. But the Gladiator doesn't have Splinter. I could force him to have Splinter with the Maximus Doctor, but what does that do? It puts 3 on the Gladiator. And Maximus probably, if he normal attacks, he would have a cooldown. So I expect Maximus probably doesn't attack right now. The problem is if I put in my Lizard, then they have the chance to remove the Lizard. And give Maximus 4 more narrative. So do I Splinter? Do I Wake and Roll? Do I tag out the Meathead Butcher? I don't think removing a 3/5 is worth it right now. So I did get my Carnivore in. Play and attack. So I was going to toss in a Rat Battle Host, but a 3-4 doesn't square up well against any of my opponent's stuff. So I figure a 3-2 is just as fine. I mean, it could die to a trope more easy, but I'm not really worried about that. I completely missed. So I could have previewed. I previewed that this attack up here was going to land, but I forgot that the gladiator attacks a selected flank. I thought that they did a default attack, which is just a dedicated character. So when I had removed the Meathead Butcher, I incorrectly thought that their attack would not land anymore on the Meathead Butcher, but it was a flank. So then they did get to hit my Jaw Z, which killed my Jaw Z, got him his Maximus stuff, and then my Carnivore didn't have a lead to sacrifice, so the Carnivore died. I am practically required to, not actually, but to summon my chicken lead here and try to get it some stars. So in that case, I will play out a Rat Battle Host. No, the Rat Battle Host dies in one attack. I'm going to put out a Meathead Butcher. Oh, I forgot about this. So a Rat Battle Host comes out regardless because the tag in. I play my chicken, he plays his chicken, and then he does a rope here. 2 damage to 2 random enemy characters. It doesn't kill me, and I don't think it makes terribly important break points unless they have more tropes, like 2 damage tropes, like Deal Gone Wrong. Certainly an issue, but you can see here that I did predict the flank attack, and so I put out a 7 health Meathead Butcher instead of a 4 health Rat Battle Host. My opponent has the Spotlight. Which means that if I attacked the chicken and the chicken attacked, the chicken would go through anyway, so attacking is not the way to prevent. I can't interrupt the chicken attack. Both my guys are at 2 health. I would say that I'm probably about to get trope damaged, either a Lightning Strike, which I think is a random 3, or a Deal Gone Wrong. So they would Deal Gone Wrong the chicken, so I'm going to say that I can't use the chicken at all this round. And then I think they will attack the Rat Battle Host. I guess the only thing to do is the punish here is play a Vaccinate Doctor so that the Centurion or the Gladiator here takes the return damage, and so does the chicken. And then or I could wake and roll. Yeah, let's instead wake and roll the Rat Battle Host, and then perform with the Rat Battle Host and perform with the Meathead Butcher. I don't know that this is the best way to go, but I figure it's my only path towards winning. Now they play another Seeker Missiles, so whoever it hits is going to die. Dodging does not currently dodge you from trope damage, which is rough here, because now they attacked with the Gladiator, and that way they secured, because all my characters were at 2 health, they secured that whoever was left would get hit. And then they perform with their chicken lead, and mine is dead, so the performance doesn't matter anymore. And then they're going to use this 5/5 to attack. I mean, the way that they've set their freezes up is that one's on, one's off each time. And the fact that it attacks a flank is really good, because it just attacks whoever happens to exist on that flank. So, I guess I play the Fog Machine and the Lizard. Instead, they perform... Oh, no, they get to perform and attack? That is rough stuff. So they attacked at the very end, securing that they would hit my lizard for 5, and there's no return damage, so my lizard just takes 5, and I don't know how I'm going to take out the chicken with damage before the chicken makes 2 stars. My opponent has the spotlight, so if they attack the lizard with either character, lizard doesn't get hit, so I have to dodge. And then I mean, none of my things are strong enough to kill the chicken, so I have to play the carnivore, and I have to believe that it stays on the board. And since my lizard will be gone, there's no point in performing with it, so I toss in the goat. They freeze my lizard, which means that it cannot dodge. Yeah. So, because my lizard got frozen before the dodge took place, it wasn't allowed to dodge, and then they killed the lizard, and this final performance gives the chicken the final star it needs. Alright, so I have lost game 2 as well. That's unfortunate. Alright, I am going to check in with my opponent on Discord, just to wish him a good game, and then Alright, I did match with Toaster again. There is a function that you can directly challenge a friend, but the player base is small enough that I think everyone who is interested in ScreenPlay at the moment is watching the tournament. I am actually streaming it to Discord live, as well as recording it for YouTube. So this is your invitation to join the Discord. Links will be in the comments of my video. And also, I am trying to do a Twitter following, where basically I'm just going to alert you on Twitter that I posted a video, because YouTube isn't the greatest at notifying you, especially if you subscribe to a ton of people. You don't necessarily get every video posted. So I'm posting on Twitter mostly that I posted a video, but also just engaging with the rest of the community. The devs and the game is on Twitter too. They post about once a day. So my Twitter will be in the video description as well as the Discord. Oh man, so do I start out the game with a flat earth turtle and say, in a few scenes, I'm going to clear your board? I kind of think so. The thing is, these guys can deal me 3 or 4 damage a turn, and I won't really have the backbone to support the turtle right now. So let's instead do this and this. Oh man, I got Snoopy Reporter. So Snoopy Reporter is going to take somebody out of my hand. I kind of expect that it'll take out the turtle. But let's see what they think. I don't have a way to wake up the turtle. That would be a 2-turn... Yeah, so they took out the turtle. That's okay. I was going to play the turtle in scene 2. Obviously, I won't now. The reason I played Jaw Z was because he has 5 health, and that stacks up a little better against the attacks and tropes that are that I know that my opponent has. So let's assume that my opponent plays a swift attack trope early on and tries to take out Jaw Z. Yeah, performing is not the way to go. I think my opponent's going to think I want to perform, so I guarantee they're going to attack the Jaw Z. So I'm going to dodge with Jaw Z and then attack the chicken here, and then I don't want to tag anybody back right now. So I'm really hoping to interrupt the chicken attack. Let's see. They play, and then I believe the way this works is my active frame lands in parallel with one of my chicken's frames, and my active frame is earlier, so I do interrupt the chicken, and I get +1 bonus damage. Wow, I think that was critical here, because 3 + 1 is 4, and that takes out the chicken. So my opponent Cybercock is dead. There seems to be a little delay here in that processing, but I got to kill the chicken, so I am ahead at this moment. However, the heavyweight gladiator here is probably going to attack a flank. Oh yeah, all right. I think I have a really good setup here. The heavyweight gladiator probably going to attack a flank, probably to hit the Jaw Z. Next, then it will be frozen. Next turn, I will add freeze to it with the Chemtrail Pilot. So I'm going to play the goat. That should land before the attack. If he attacks my right flank, he'll hit the goat. That lets me perform with the Jaw Z eventually, but I'm going to perform twice and try to summon the Rat Battle Host. The risk is if the gladiator hits the butcher's flank, then he will kill the butcher, which I don't. I'll lose the Rat Battle Host. I'll lose a bit, but there's nothing I can really do about it. But if they attack first with the gladiator, then they will take my performance star from the Meathead Butcher. So I'm actually going to perform with Jaw Z first. They instead play Spade and perform. So completely not what I was expecting. We haven't really seen a Spade come in and do his narrative arc this game. You know, this set here, this final set. They get 1 star from their performance, and I get 1 from mine.
But your contract isn't up yet.
Okay. So I see what happened. They got 1 star from playing a trope, which was deal 3 to a random main character, and their trope hitting my butcher interrupted his performance and gave my opponent the performance star. So still hurts, but we're both at 3. I also didn't get to summon my Rat Battle Host. So that's unfortunate, but like I said, I was prepared for this. So I'm going to send the Chemtrail Pilot in to freeze the Gladiator, and then give all my horror characters +1/+1. So this is a pretty down turn for me. I'm not doing much active, but I believe that I believed that my opponent would do some attacks and that I would get around that. But not true. They play a couple tropes. They're really trying to finish their Richard Spade. Pretty smart on their part. They might have just had a handful of tropes and felt that finishing the Spade was a viable path. They freeze my Jaw Z probably, because a frozen character can't perform. And then they play a Noir Thinking is what I'm pretty sure that card is, which draws 2 cards, discards a card, but whatever, and then gains them a narrative star. So their Richard Spade is fully complete, it looks like. Yeah. So with their Spade complete, we head into Act 2, which means we both get 6 frames to operate in. And my Jaw Z is at 5 health, so Maximus couldn't attack and kill it, but if they have a deal gone wrong, they could pretty easily kill my Jaw Z, and Jaw Z can't dodge. I actually have no trope that lets the Jaw Z dodge. So and Maximus, we can see from his preview, he enters on frame 2. So what I would need is a lead that enters on frame 1 in order to protect the Jaw Z. So I think that's what has to happen. I think I have to play Lizard, and then I don't think I need to kill the Richard Spade. I have 3 frames left, which means I can play Taggin in 1 attack or one of my bigger characters. I am going to I mean, I want my flat Earth turtle back, but also I need to get rid of the heavyweight gladiator. So let's actually attack the gladiator and then tag in the Chemtrail Pilot. All right, let's see how this round goes. So they choose to use their chicken lead. I really thought they'd play their Maximus lead. They use their chicken lead and then they play 2 tropes. It looks like 2 more Noir Thinking. So wow, my opponent is really digging through their deck, spending a lot of frames on draw, which I wish I could capitalize on. If I had been able to perform this turn, that would have been the way to capitalize on my opponent playing tropes. However, I should have, knowing that the one left on board would be frozen, I should have attacked with the guy I was going to tag out. All right, so who is... It's between... Well, I could put in the other Chemtrail Pilot, but no, it's between Rat Battle Host and Meathead Butcher. I guess it's Meathead Butcher because he survives the chicken's 4 attack, and the gladiator's 5 at some point better. So what I need to do is take his characters off the board. Lizard benefits from anyone leaving the scene, or leaving the set. So the play here is basically kill, kill, kill. My opponent may try to remove my guys, may try to take out the lizard, because if the lizard is off the scene, or off the set, then his arc doesn't progress. I really want to attack the chicken with the Meathead Butcher. I just don't know if my Meathead Butcher is going to get interrupted. So I guess the best way to do it is to do it early. If they have a swift attack trope like the 1 frame trope, good for them, and then I think I have to do this. Or they could dodge with the chicken, but what I'm thinking here is there's nothing I can do about that. I need to take out the... Yeah, there it is. Premature reflex. So they premature reflexed the chicken into the Meathead Butcher. They called out what I was going to do, so my attack gets canceled. Which means I'm not going to take out the chicken this turn. The chicken gets probably a bunch of attacks here. 1 star from that one and 2 stars from its normal. And then... maybe I should have tagged out the Meathead Butcher so that I could get a new one, but it's looks like it's not going to make a difference. Now, if I thought that the chicken would attack my lizard, but they read me and my strategy. So if my yeah, sure, I'll put in the turtle. Let's see how this goes. If I can wake up the turtle with the card that I draw, then I will send a bunch of characters off the board and progress the lizard a lot. Everybody Jump is not a wake-up trope, it's a dodge. So... no, I mean, this game is over. They finished 1 lead and they're almost done with another. So, I just feel like what I could have done was knowing that they had the premature reflex and they were probably going to use it to attack. Well, in hindsight, knowing that they were going to attack the butcher, I had to not use the butcher first, probably have the lizard attack first, let the butcher get hit and with the premature reflex, and then go for the chicken later. So without a way to wake up, the turtle, the chicken just needing any 2 attacks, And the chicken can't be frozen. So Chemtrail Pilot doesn't help. They're probably going to attack with the chicken, so everybody jumps is the only way to stop that. They're probably going to perform with the gladiator, so freezing is the only way to stop that. And then I can't play a Jawsy. The only way I come back from this is by them not finishing their arc this turn, and then I draw a wake up trope next turn and finish out the lizard. So,
I hope so.
oh, that's a shame. I assumed from the card description that a frozen character would still get to dodge, but that is not the case. So. It looks like I went 0-3 in the final of the Discord tournament. Wonderful games to Toaster. He really was able to counter all of my avenues there and just progressed his own leads at such a rate that I couldn't keep up. And part of the reason my deck couldn't keep up was because I don't run a ton of interactive tropes. My tropes are pretty much tag in and the wake up. Wake and roll, and the dodge trope. So I don't really have anything that can proactively take out the opponent with attacks or damage, and that certainly cost me here. So good games, and follow me on YouTube. Subscribe on the YouTube. I will probably continue to be in the competitive scene for tournaments like this, but also I play casually and try to post a casual video at least once a week. I'm trying to be more active in the community posts and Twitter posts. And you can always connect with me on Discord, also at daviddistributed. So thanks so much, and subscribe and leave a comment. Right, I try to let people who watch all the way to the end of the video have a comment to let me know that they were here. So I think just Flat Earth Turtle. I think this is kind of the only time. Well, no, it did get used once earlier in the tournament, but write Atlas or Flat Earth Turtle in the comments to let me know that you stuck it out all the way through the outro. And I know I babbled a little bit in the outro, but that's all. Thanks so much.